The instant Dr. Sarah Chen stepped into her patient's bathroom during a home care visit, she sensed that something was gravely off. It wasn't merely the pungent stench that slammed into her like a wall. The atmosphere felt heavy, humid, and faintly acidic. The sort of odor that clings to towels, fabrics, even the skin itself. Her patient, a 73-year-old woman named Linda, was neatly dressed, courteous, and on the surface appeared perfectly healthy. Yet, in a matter of minutes, Dr. Chen realized Linda was unintentionally assembling the ultimate recipe for bacterial proliferation through 6 routine bathroom habits that silently upend the body's natural equilibrium and cause older women to emit an unpleasant smell, no matter how often they bathe or what perfume they spray. Current dermatology studies indicate that more than 82% of senior women notice a marked shift in their personal scent after menopause, and most never grasp the cause. It isn't a failure of hygiene or neglect, it's chemistry. Dr. Chen puts it plainly, most older women don't smell because they're filthy. They smell because their skin's protective barrier is being stripped away day after day by the very practices they believe keep them clean. In this video, we'll uncover the 6 bathroom habits physicians warn are covertly making older women smell bad. And stay tuned because habit number 2 is the most hazardous of the lot. A Harvard-backed discovery shows how a single daily slip can swing your skin's natural pH in just 3 days, trapping odor that no soap or fragrance can mask. The full list of research citations sits in the description below if you'd like to dive deeper into the science. Before we begin, a quick question. Where are you watching from? We're personally reading and replying to every comment this week, so don't hold back. Let's kick off with number 6. A surprisingly common morning routine that almost every senior woman performs without realizing it is slowly reshaping how her body smells all day long. Number 6. Not swapping washcloths and towels often enough. That innocuous washcloth dangling on your towel bar right now could be housing more bacteria than your toilet seat. If you're like most senior women who took part in the recent University of Michigan hygiene study, you're probably using the same one for 3 to 7 days straight. Dr. Jennifer Martinez, a geriatric dermatologist, explains that as we age, our skin sheds cells faster while producing less natural oil, creating the perfect banquet for bacteria that thrive in the warm, damp environment of a used washcloth. When you reuse that washcloth day after day, you aren't just redepositing yesterday's microbes onto your skin. You're constructing what researchers label a bacterial multiplication chamber, where organisms double roughly every 20 minutes. By day 3, a single washcloth can hold about 17 million bacteria per square inch. The issue worsens for senior women because age-related shifts in skin pH make it easier for odor-producing bacteria such as Corynebacterium and Staphylococcus epidermidis to survive and flourish on both the cloth and the skin. These microbes release volatile organic compounds that generate the musty, sour scent many associate with aging. The fix involves adopting the daily rotation system geriatric hygiene experts recommend. Use a fresh washcloth each day and launder them in water at least 140 degrees with a cup of white vinegar added to the cycle. Studies show this kills 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. For towels, aim to wash after no more than 3 uses. Crucially, ensure they dry completely between uses, because bacteria can't proliferate on truly dry fabric. Hang towels spread out on a bar rather than draped over a hook for a huge benefit. Investing in antimicrobial treated washcloths designed for sensitive aging skin adds another layer of protection, though they should still be swapped daily since no antimicrobial coating is 100% effective against the diverse bacterial ecosystem that develops in bathroom textiles. The bacteria on your washcloth are alarming, but they pale beside what lurks in the next habit. If you've enjoyed the video so far, smash the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss more content like this. Number 5. Dousing yourself with heavily scented products to hide natural body odor. Strolling down the personal care aisle at any pharmacy reveals an overwhelming sea of floral-scented soaps, deodorant powders, and lavender washes that promise all-day freshness. Yet Dr. Robert Kim's research at Stanford Medical School uncovered that these products actually make senior women smell considerably worse by upsetting the delicate bacterial balance of aging skin. Your skin harbors roughly 1,000 bacterial species that coexist in a complex ecosystem. When you bombard them with artificial fragrances and harsh chemicals, you're effectively committing bacterial genocide, killing off the beneficial microbes while allowing the smelly troublemakers to take over. Postmenopausal estrogen decline already disrupts the skin's natural microbiome. Adding synthetic fragrances creates a double assault that accelerates colonization by odor-producing bacteria such as Brevibacterium linens, the same organism that gives certain cheeses their pungent aroma. Fragrances don't actually eliminate odor, they merely mask it temporarily, while the underlying microbial imbalance worsens, sparking a vicious cycle where women use increasingly more product to smell better, inadvertently aggravating the problem. Studies show fragrance chemicals like phthalates and synthetic musks actually feed specific bacteria, essentially providing a growth stimulant that triggers population explosions within hours of application. The remedy is to switch to fragrance-free, pH-balanced cleansers formulated for mature skin, featuring gentle acids like lactic or mandelic acid that preserve the skin's natural acid mantle without upsetting beneficial bacteria. Dr. Kim's team observed that women who transitioned to unscented products and let their microbiome re-equilibrate experienced a 73% drop in body odor within 2 weeks compared with those who kept using scented items. Look for labels like microbiome friendly or pH balanced for mature skin, and resist the urge to add perfume via lotions, powders, or sprays which only compound the issue. Instead of covering odors, support your skin's natural bacterial balance with products containing prebiotics such as inulin or V-glucan, which feed good bacteria and naturally crowd out the smelly varieties. While scented products wreak havoc on the skin's surface, the next habit digs even deeper. Number 4, sitting on the toilet too long because of constipation or straining. That morning ritual of lingering on the porcelain for 15 to 20 minutes, perhaps scrolling on your phone or reading, creates a cascade of problems that go far beyond simple discomfort. Groundbreaking pelvic floor research from the Cleveland Clinic, led by Dr. Amanda Foster, a urogynecologist specializing in senior women, explains that prolonged toilet sitting forces blood into the hemorrhoidal veins and places massive pressure on already weakened pelvic floor muscles due to years of gravity, childbirth, and hormonal shifts. This extended pressure not only leads to hemorrhoids, it also causes microscopic tears in the delicate perianal skin that become breeding grounds for bacteria, especially the notorious Staphylococcus intermedius and E. coli strains that produce potent ammonia-like odors. Straining, a common companion to constipation in senior women, pushes intestinal bacteria into areas where they don't belong, including the vaginal canal and urethral opening, creating what clinicians term bacterial translocation, which can linger for days after a single straining episode. Research shows women over 60 who regularly spend more than 10 minutes on the toilet have a 340% higher concentration of odor-causing bacteria in the perianal region than those who limit their time to 5 minutes or less. The combination of pressure-induced tissue damage, bacterial migration, and the warm, moist environment from prolonged sitting creates perfect conditions for biofilm formation, bacterial communities that cling to skin and resist ordinary washing. The solution is multi-pronged, beginning with tackling constipation through a fiber-rich diet, 25-30 gree daily from psyllium husk, ground flaxseed, and cooked vegetables, plus at least 64 ahs of water each day. Using a toilet stool to elevate the feet into a squatting position cuts straining by 65% and halves average toilet time. A daily probiotic containing bifidobacterium and lactobacillus helps regulate bowels naturally. Most important, set a 5-minute timer when you sit and stand when it rings. Even if you haven't had a movement, it's far wiser to try again later than to create bacterial and tissue damage from extended sitting and straining. The harm from long toilet sessions is serious, yet it pales next to the next unbelievably common mistake. Number 3. Improper wiping technique and inadequate cleaning. The way you've wiped after using the bathroom your whole life might be entirely wrong. A shocking study in the Journal of Geriatric Medicine found that 78% of senior women use techniques that actively spread bacteria and generate persistent odor problems. No amount of bathing can erase. Dr. Lisa Chang, who led the research, discovered that reduced flexibility, arthritis, and diminished visual acuity in older women lead to incomplete cleaning, leaving microscopic traces of fecal matter and urine that become breeding grounds for billions of bacteria within hours. The most frequent error is wiping front to back, which drags intestinal bacteria toward the vaginal and urethral openings. Even women who wipe front to back often miss areas due to age-related mobility limits. The study's bacterial imaging showed that standard toilet paper alone leaves about 30% of fecal bacteria behind even with proper technique, jumping to over 50% in women with limited range of motion or hand strength issues. These residual microbes multiply explosively in the warm, moist environment of underwear, emitting sulfur compounds and ammonia that produce the unmistakable, unwashed smell many mistakenly attribute to aging itself. Senior women also often have redundant skin folds and body composition changes that create hidden pockets where bacteria thrive undetected, forming what researchers call cryptic contamination zones that ordinary wiping cannot reach. The cure is to adopt the complete clean protocol advocated by geriatric hygiene specialists. Begin with moist wipes designed for sensitive skin that contain soothing ingredients like aloe and vitamin E, but absolutely no alcohol or fragrances that could irritate delicate tissue. The method starts with toilet paper for initial removal, followed by a moist wipe using a patting motion rather than aggressive rubbing, and finishes with a dry tissue to eliminate any remaining moisture that could promote bacterial growth. For women with mobility challenges, a bidet attachment or long-handled wiping aid can make the difference between partial and thorough cleaning. Studies reveal that bidet users have 75% fewer perianal bacteria than those who rely on toilet paper alone. The key steps: always wipe from front to back, use a fresh section of paper or a new wipe for each pass, and continue until the paper or wipe comes away completely clean. If that means 10 wipes, so be it. Leaving any residue guarantees bacterial overgrowth and odor. Improper wiping spreads microbes everywhere, but the next habit creates an even more dangerous bacterial incubator. Number 2. Wearing the same underwear too long or picking the wrong fabrics. That favorite pair of cotton briefs you slipped on this morning may feel fresh, but Dr. Patricia Williams's revolutionary textile microbiology study at New York University showed that within just 4 hours of wear, senior women's underwear harbors over 10,000 bacteria per square centimeter. By day's end, that number explodes to over 100 million organisms, releasing a cocktail of odorous compounds. DNA sequencing revealed that older women's underwear hosts an aggressive mix of microbes, including Gardnerella vaginalis, Prevotella species, and various anaerobes that thrive in low-oxygen environments and emit fishy, ammonia-like odors that become increasingly hard to wash out. The issue isn't merely wearing underwear all day. It's also the common practice among seniors of reusing the same pair for multiple days when it appears clean, oblivious to the invisible bacterial load. Age-related changes in vaginal discharge and occasional bladder leakage create moisture that accelerates bacterial growth exponentially. Synthetic fabrics such as nylon and polyester, favored by many older women for their smoothing effect, are actually the worst choice because they trap heat and moisture while blocking airflow, creating what microbiologists term an incubator effect that can boost bacterial populations by 500% compared with natural fibers. Even small urine leaks, affecting 67% of women over 60, generate a nitrogen-rich environment that certain bacteria adore, turning underwear into portable petri dishes that continuously reinfect the wearer with odor-causing organisms. Laundry practices matter too. Cold water washes remove only about 60% of bacteria, and many women's fabric softeners leave a waxy coating that permanently traps microbes and odors in the fibers. The remedy calls for a total underwear overhaul. Replace the entire drawer with 100% cotton or moisture-wicking bamboo briefs that allow proper air circulation and don't cling moisture to the skin. Change underwear at least twice daily, once around midday and again before bed, and immediately after any episode of incontinence, however minor, because even a few drops of urine can trigger massive bacterial bloom. When laundering, use hot water, minimum 140 degrees, with an enzyme-based detergent designed to break down biological matter, adding half a cup of baking soda to neutralize odors and a quarter cup of white vinegar to the rinse to eradicate remaining bacteria. Never wear the same pair for more than 12 hours straight, and consider going commando at night to let the area fully dry and air out. Studies show this cuts bacterial counts by up to 80% compared with continuous underwear wear. These underwear missteps spawn serious problems, but nothing compares to the shocking damage caused by the number one habit that almost every senior woman commits. Number 1, overwashing and using harsh soaps on the genital area. This is the practice that 94% of senior women believe keeps them clean and fresh, yet it creates the worst possible bacterial environment and the most persistent odors, smells that become impossible to eradicate the more aggressively you try to wash them away. Dr. Sandra Reynolds' groundbreaking research at Mount Sinai Hospital discovered that senior women who cleanse their genital area more than once daily with soap harbor 12 times more odor-producing bacteria than those who simply use plain water. Aggressive washing strips away the protective acid mantle and beneficial lactobacilli that naturally fend off harmful microbes. The vagina is a self-cleaning organ with a tightly regulated pH of 3.8 to 4.5, creating an acidic shield hostile to bad bacteria. Soap, especially antibacterial varieties, raises that pH toward neutral or alkaline, allowing pathogens to flourish unchecked. Advanced microbiome sequencing showed that after just 3 days of daily soap use, the vaginal microbiome flips from being dominated by protective lactobacilli to being overrun by anaerobes such as Mobiluncus curtisii, Bacteroid species, and Peptostreptococcus that emit volatile sulfur compounds and putrescine, the same chemical that makes rotting flesh smell terrible. Estrogen decline in senior women already slashes natural lactobacilli populations by up to 90%. Adding harsh washing eliminates the body's last line of defense against odor-causing organisms. The research team was stunned to find that women who used feminine hygiene washes or douches had bacterial counts up to 100 times higher than those who rinsed with plain water. The bacteria weren't merely surface level. They formed biofilms that penetrated deep into tissue where no amount of scrubbing could reach. Even more alarming, overwashing triggers a bacterial stress response, prompting microbes to produce even more odorous compounds as a survival tactic, creating a vicious feedback loop where the worse the smell gets, the more women wash, worsening the odor further. The proper protocol, endorsed by every gynecologist and microbiome expert involved, is to cleanse the external genital area once daily with lukewarm water only, using your hand rather than a washcloth, which can be too abrasive. If a cleanser is absolutely necessary, it should be specifically formulated for intimate care, with a pH between 4.0 and 4.5 containing no soap, sulfates, or fragrances, and used no more than 3 times per week on external areas only. The vagina itself should never be washed internally. No douching, no soap, no feminine washes. Simply let warm water run over the area during your shower. After washing, pat the region completely dry with a clean towel, and consider a cool-setting hairdryer to ensure no moisture remains, because moisture combined with bacterial disruption from overwashing creates the perfect storm for odor development that becomes increasingly difficult to reverse the longer it continues. These 6 bathroom habits may appear trivial, yet together they forge a perfect storm of bacterial overgrowth and persistent odors that no perfume or air freshener can conceal. The good news: by incorporating these simple adjustments into your daily routine, you can dramatically curb odor-producing bacteria and restore your body's natural balance within just a few weeks. Remember, it isn't about being cleaner or washing more. It's about partnering with your body's innate systems rather than fighting them. If you found this information useful, please subscribe to our channel for more science-backed health content tailored for senior women, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Thank you so much for watching.